corner. Are you looking for that kind of help? It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesknowswithee.ca.
Yo. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
Good evening, everybody. How you getting on tonight? It is Out of the Fog, a local matter show that rocks right across the province, and we're talking to all the cool kids making it all happen. Arts, business, not-for-profit, everything you want, nothing you don't. Well, we have two special guests tonight, and I'm super excited about it. Evelyn Jess is a singer, songwriter, incredible music. You're going to hear two songs. And then we got Rowena from Craft Council Newfoundland and Labrador. It's their 50th anniversary, the 48th annual craft fair coming through. But for now, we're going to kick things off. Here is Trepassey in June by Evelyn Jess.
'Twas an afternoon in June 1928. A plane circled round and round. The people couldn't wait. The children all sprinted, grabbing their coats, and the maritime cowboys were tying their ropes. It was like nothing they ever knew. Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June. They couldn't believe their eyes. This woman from the skies. They asked, "Are you really gonna cross the Atlantic?" She said, "I'm a damn well try." And when it came time to fly away, people watched by the shore, and some of them parade, were hoping she'd make it through. Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June. When she made it to the other side, well, she exclaimed, "What a ride!" And of all of the places that I've ever flew, nowhere quite compares to Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June, Trepassey in June.
You're watching Rogers TV St. John's.
Hi, I'm Carl Wells, getting ready to record another edition of Carl Wells Point to Point. It's a program where I chat with members of our community, and they talk candidly about their lives and careers, from their earliest dreams to their greatest triumphs. I think you'll find it informative and entertaining. Please join us for Carl Wells Point to Point, right here on Rogers TV.
You're watching Rogers TV St. John's.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and we just heard Trapassi in June, like I done told you off the top. The first of two songs tonight that we're going to hear from singer-songwriter Evelyn Jess. How are you?
I'm fabulous, Don-E. How are you?
Now, I want to talk about the shirt, but I feel like it alludes to the second song we're going to hear somehow, Crystal Ball Moment. Tell me everything.
Yeah, I figured I'd throw on my lobster shirt here today. I've got a new song I just released there earlier this week, a song and a video. It's called Cape Cod by the Sand. It's a dedication to my dad and the commitment he and all the hard work that he put into building our family home. And his birthday was in June, and we happened to have a big lobster boil up that day. So I figured, hey, why not?
This is as full circle as it gets.
I'm all about full circles.
Me too. So I think we're going to have a laugh here now.
Absolutely.
I got to ask you, these two songs, summer theme, are there colder songs in your repertoire?
There is, absolutely. I mean, I think with a lot of musicians, artists, we write from a place, music's always been therapy for me, right? So, usually songs are written from, dark places. We like to write about our feelings and stuff. But, and I think I wrote a lot of those songs maybe earlier on in my career, but, there's, life's great. There's so much to be thankful for. I'm so grateful for everything in my life, family being one of them, and a lot of my inspiration comes from family.
That's amazing. And I think that means so many things to the viewers who are watching this interview across the province and beyond, because that resonates. Family means so much, and yet there are dark and light in life, and we do draw on that to write the stories and create the songs. What is one of the songs that you are most proud of that you've written over the years?
Wow, that's, the ones that I've released,
Sure.
or ones that I haven't
Whatever
released?
comes to mind and heart,
Well, I should start by saying that I have a song wrote called Bare Bones, and it's going to be the title of the debut album coming out in the fall, later on in the fall. So it's going to be out before the year's end. We started production on it 2 years ago, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of just slowed the way through that. So it's been a long time coming, and I'm really excited for it. And, the Bare Bones track is basically a song that I wrote that says, you can write songs and you can bring in all different kinds of artists and composers to add to your songs, which is wonderful. But at the core of who I am, the bare bones, it's just, me and my guitar and just doing what I do and help to get, those messages across to people, because music is therapy for a lot of folks, right? So this song, it tells, how I can be therapy for them through music.
I love that.
Yeah.
Who is Evelyn Jess?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I'm a Bay girl at heart. I'm your classic Bay girl. I grew up in Ragged Harbor, really small outport Newfoundland town. I'm a queer kid. I was a queer kid growing up, and music was always something that helped me through the 90s, because of course, it was a time when not a lot of people came out, and it was something that we kept to ourselves. And so of course, when I got older and moved away, of course, that was the thing to do. As soon as I graduated, I left. And I was away for a year, and I said, there's no place like home.
Wow.
There really isn't, yeah. And so I came back home, and I went to the College of North Atlantic for the music program. That's where I met my partner. We've been together for 14 years right now. Yeah, it's
Stop it.
14 years strong.
That's unreal.
Yeah, and I also have a song dedicated to her on the album as well. So it's, wow. Yeah, so I'm, like I said, Evelyn Jess is your classic Bay girl, and my parents named me Jessica Evelyn after my grandmother. So when I was thinking of a stage name, I said, it's not gonna fly. Like, I feel like Jessica Evelyn, it needs a twist. It needs something a little bit different. So I said, as my grandmother passed away when I was 7, and I thought that her memory, and would be a very nice tribute to her to see her first name up in lights, other than my own.
Wow. So like I think we're getting just the 50-foot view of how unique and incredible and talented you are as a thinker. We're seeing you as a singer and a writer. We're in our final minute of our hang. Like I told you, they fly. What can we expect from you next, and where can we see you next, and what's exciting next?
Well, like I said, next coming is the album. And, you know, I have 4 music videos to date. Those singles are tracks on the album, and they are out and available, and you can watch them. And like I said, hopefully it's just on and upwards from here. I'm so grateful to be where I am, and you know, I've worked so hard to get here, and I can't wait for the rest of the ride.
Wow, your attitude is amazing. I wish I was as brave then as you are now in all the ways, and it sounds like you have an amazing family and support system behind you. Is that the truth?
I do. I can't praise them enough. They've you know, support system is so important, especially in an industry such as this.
You said so,
And,
for sure.
yeah.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what, more from Evelyn Jess in the future. You want to check her out on the social medias. You want to stay tuned for the second of the 2 songs. Thank you so much for coming on. Will you come back?
Absolutely, of course.
I love it.
Anytime.
I love it. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll be right back after this break.
It all started when I racked up some serious debt. Interest payments were going up, creditors were calling. Janes and Noseworthy came up with a plan. Knowing that the phone was going to stop ringing and that I was not in this alone was a huge relief. Bankruptcy or a consumer proposal or whatever help you get is not the end. It's just the beginning. A chance to start again with knowledge and support and people in your corner. Are you ready? Get out of debt. It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
And he fell.
Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog. It's your boy DC, and I am next to the grand poobah of all things craft in our province and beyond. It's the one and only Rowena. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Don-E?
Glad to have you back.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, my God, it's a pleasure. I mean, craft and Newfoundland go hand in hand. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I mean, an industry that is actually more important to the tapestry of success when it comes to the economic impact of the province than ever. It touches small business, it touches art, it touches culture. There are so many different offshoots of Craft Council NL that you're responsible for. And what are the biggest files in your mind when I say that to you? What comes to mind?
There's so much that comes to mind. I mean, we were at an event yesterday afternoon at Government House with Lieutenant Governor Judy Foote, and she was celebrating not only Nonia's 100th anniversary, but the Craft Council's 50th anniversary, and the 4th book in the line of saltwater mittens and socks. So, you know, all of that put together is showing such a diverse culture when it comes to craft in the province, and it's from around the whole province. You know, it's not just on the island. You know, Labrador has such a strong presence when it comes to this industry, and it's really proving itself over the last 5-6 years.
Well, you're right, and actually me attending the Craft Council Craft Fair, which we'll talk about very soon, and to see the Labrador contingency and the pride in craft and the journey to exhibit that in our city of legends must make you proud.
Oh, it is. I mean, we have 5 individuals coming again this year from all over the northern coast, and they're excited to be here. They've gone through the whole process of being part of our craft fair, which, you know, there's a bit of a process involved. We are a juried fair, and you know, it's highest quality that you're going to get. It's the longest running fair, so you know, there's that expectation that everything there is going to be of quality. So we want to make sure that everyone that's coming fits that mold, and the craft producers from Labrador are really stepping it up, and you know, it's nice to see some new individuals that are going to be attending the fair this year.
That's for sure. When it comes to the membership of the Craft Council, what can you tell us?
Well, it's really doubled in the last 2 years. And I guess it had a lot to do with COVID, to be honest, and more time on people's hands to kind of do some additional crafts and thinking about things in a different way.
Sure.
It might be the membership fees. We reduced those to help our members so that they wouldn't have that, larger membership fee to think about. So
Sure.
we've increased to over 400 members. And when I started in the position, we were kind of in the 200 range. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that it's doubled.
I think that is so incredible, and based on just the different sort of networks that I'm lucky to be a part of, what I'm finding is that your story is incredible, and yet amongst art-based organizations, memberships are growing across the board. Why do you think that is?
I just think there's a lot of people that are interested in being part of the culture of art and craft and just being part of the community that is of all things creative. And that's why there's a lot of different memberships that are coming in. We're seeing memberships from all over, not just the province. I mean, there's people that appreciate craft that are joining us from Ontario and Nova Scotia, not to sell or be part of our organization that way, but just to show their support, that they appreciate what we do.
That's amazing. I think that's a very interesting thing to learn, is that folks are willing to buy in just to witness the evolving conversation around craft in the province in a bunch of different capacities. Now, who helps make Craft Council NL possible? Who helps it happen?
Oh, it's the team I have. I have such a fantastic team. I have an events coordinator that also runs our shop. I have such a fantastic gallery director and his staff and his committee that work tirelessly. I mean, they spent 3 years putting together the fabulous 50th anniversary exhibition and did a whole publication on top of that. And then we have, just the administration staff that works so hard at making sure all the bills are paid and making sure everything is running tickety-boo there. And, there's just so much support when it comes to the team and the clay studio and the shop and the pantry and everything that we do in Craft Council related. But there's also the board of directors who supports us and sees the vision, sees the bigger picture, which, sometimes not everyone understands the bigger picture, but, my team and my board are all about bigger picture, vision, and mission, and we're hope that we are able to accomplish that.
Well, it looks like you're heading that way. Doubling the
let's
membership,
hope.
no big deal. Now, Rowena, what led you to craft? Did you grow up in it? Was it a previous experience? Like, what's the story?
Oh, I've always been part of craft because it always was in the house. Like my mother knits, my sister does. My grandmother used to hook Grenfell rugs, and my other grandmother used to sew clothing. So it's been all around me. I'm not a craft producer myself. I know how to do things, but I'm nowhere near any professional level at all. I might be able to knit a dishcloth if I tried really hard, but it's always been around. And I think it's that, like getting that sweater every Christmas or getting those hand knit mitts, and it's been there. And just having that as part of my youth and my childhood, and then experiencing what I did when I was in the North and having art around me all the time, it really just brought out more of that appreciation. And I was very happy that when I came home and to the province to work with the Craft Council of Newfoundland and Labrador, that I was able to bring that with me.
Life outside of craft.
No, there's no life outside of Craft Council. No, there is. There's some. I volunteer on the rooms board, and I do some other stuff as well. But I'm pretty dedicated to what we're doing, and it takes up a lot of time.
You know what, though? And the gifts that it is giving members, new life, new opportunity, new ways to grow income. It gives people around the world a further appreciation for craft and Newfoundland's impact on the culture of craft across the country. What would you like people watching tonight, whether they've had grown-up experience like we have in craft, or they did not enjoy those experiences, but they have an appreciation for what craft can do and what it is, what would you say to them?
I would say that, you should probably just take a look at what we have to offer here in this province and the breadth and depth of talent that we have, and that it's in every corner and in every little outport community and in every location in Labrador. There's somebody there that is making something, and you know, a lot of them are trying to survive on what they are making from the profits of what they're selling, and to be supportive of that industry, because it is part of the culture of the province to have a lot of craft and art to be part of everything.
Love that. We're in our final moments, and I want to talk about the craft fair coming
Absolutely.
up, 48th annual,
I know.
golden tickets. I mean, tell me.
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic event. Jack Byrne Arena, 10th to the 13th of November. And we have a full slate of vendors this year. It's already sold out. And we have a bunch of new people that are coming through for the fair for the first time. So we're very excited about the fair. You know, first time in a long time, we've had a wait list of people wanting to come in. So,
And now to be clear, to exhibit, attendance, y'all can come through,
Absolutely.
come to the fair, which is more of a festival, am I right?
It is. It's a bit of a festival feel. We have some workshops that are going to be going on, some live demonstrations, some cool things to do with the kids with clay. We're going to be doing take one and make one, so you can bring your kids down and make a little ornament and take one with you. And there's going to be lots of live music as well, and some fundraiser stuff that we do for the Craft Council every year.
Love it. Rowena, thank you so much for
Oh,
coming.
no problem. Thanks for having us.
We come back again?
Absolutely.
I love it. Until then, I'll see you at the fair.
Absolutely.
Oh. Guys, Out of the Fog, Craft Council, Newfoundland and Labrador, the 48th annual craft fair coming through. We're going to meet more Craft Council members in the next couple of shows. Can't wait to introduce you to them. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much, Rowena, for coming through. Craft in this province is no joke. It's the big deal. The economic benefits and everything that goes with it is something that we cannot underestimate. Supporting local craftspeople in every way, especially at the 48th Annual Craft Council Newfoundland and Labrador Craft Fair, is a great way to do just that. So hop online, check out more about it. How about one more song? Here is song number 2 from our girl, Evelyn Jess.
When it got started, well, it was no bigger than an apartment. He sold his Chevy van. He said, I'm gonna do all that I can. Built with his own hands, Cape Cod by the sand. Front door I couldn't reach, so he made a stool for my feet, so I could get in. Up in the loft I would play as he worked day by day to finish it. Built with his own hands, Cape Cod by the sand. Nail by nail and board by board, wall to wall, ceiling to floor. Couldn't get enough. Mom and Dad, my brother and me, well, every square inch filled with love. Oh, how the Cape Cod by the sand. Now those years are gone, and oh my, how they have flown. And now that I'm grown, oh, I can't wait to go home. 'Cause love I learned firsthand in that Cape Cod by the sand. Yes, love I learned firsthand in that Cape Cod by the sand.
If you have a comment about